So, you ready, Jeffrey? You ready, Alan? Right, let's book our place at the Etihad. Have you got the team sheet? I have, yeah.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, I'll show you it later. Back four, Spans on the bench. Buck and Haig at centre back. Miles on the left, Former on the right. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's Cup weekend across the land, and now it's time for the red and green girls to enter the fray. Welcome to live coverage of the SSC FA Women's Cup match between Crystal Palace and Coventry United in the third round. A huge encounter for all of our CUTV listeners today. Liam Cook with you throughout today's broadcast live coverage of this match, exclusive to Coventry United TV. So make sure you smash that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to us on YouTube for more exclusive content from the red and green girls and from the Coventry United first team as well. Yesterday there was I'd call it a pretty big upset involving the Coventry side, with the Skyblue of Coventry City beating Stoke of the Premier League. This would be less of an upset if Coventry United were to win, but it would be an upset as Crystal Palace are of course higher in the league than Coventry United ladies and were pretty dominant earlier on in the season. So this would be no mean feat for the Red and Greens to take another step towards Wembley. We'll take you through the starting lineups very shortly as we prepare for the arrival of the Red and Green girls and of course Crystal Palace ladies. Also we're going to give a big shout out to Alan Howe, who's come along to today's game.
Go on, you
his daughter Natasha as well is here. We've got some brilliant Coventry United fans as well. Les is here too. The Red and Greens, of course, supporting their girls in fantastic fashion, as they always do, as we prepare for the arrival of the two teams. I'm pretty sure Anne's going to get his ugly mug in the shot as well. United, we believe, are going to be in their chain strip of all green today. So the red and greens in green. Very strong lineup for Coventry United. A couple of new signings in the starting 11 for Crystal Palace as well. There's one on the bench. Lily Maple was signed by the Eagles a couple of days ago. She's going to be starting her Eagles career on the bench. United have a couple of under 21s in Lucy Stead and Jaden Mellor on the sub 7. Beautiful sunny day in London. And as Alan said, I won't put it quite as bluntly, but it is rather cold. It's certainly a winter's day, I'll tell you that for free. We'll see a few of the Coventry United personnel making their way to the bench, including Anna Wilcox, who scored an absolute worldie in the previous fixture in the second round against West Ham United, which at the minute is leading the goal of the month votes. We've got about 130 votes so far. Spaniard's got about 43%, so it looks like Anna is going to take the trophy. We can see Maisie Jerrim as well, Elizabeth Steele, Jade Mellor and Lucy Stead coming out to take their places on the bench alongside their manager Jay Bradford. There's been a slight, I say a slight change in venue. There's been a big change in venue. We're here at a Glebe Football Club now instead of Bromley, where Crystal Palace usually play their games. There were some worried Coventry United fans as the game has been switched from a 3G pitch to a natural surface. Luckily, London hasn't had it too bad. They haven't had it as bad as Coventry have. Of course, quite a lot of rain and snow up north, as Londoners would say, in the Midlands. But luckily the pitch is, I've got to say, it looks absolutely immaculate, although there is a bit of a gradient going towards our right hand side, so the girls may have to take that one into account. But they've had that sort of game before, they've played on this sort of pitch before, so it's going to be no difference to them. They've won on surfaces like this before, so it should be okay for the red and green girls. As the Crystal Palace personnel make their way out now. See our photographer Jeff Bennett getting ready for his customary entrance shot. Of course, you can get exclusive video highlights of today's match on CUTV this evening, so make sure to hit that subscribe button to make sure you get a notification of when the video goes up. You won't find the highlights of this game anywhere else. Exclusive coverage of every single Coventry United and Coventry United ladies match this season, maybe even some under 21 action as well. I can be persuaded, hint, hint, hint. It was supposed to be a 1 o'clock kick. We did actually say we were going on air at 12:45, but the fixture not only changed the venue, but it's changed the time. Right, it was originally supposed to be at 1 o'clock, but it's now been changed to 2 o'clock. So, yeah, if you're listening in and wondering why you're an hour late, that's why. Still waiting for other the players here. United, of course, thrashing West Ham United in the previous round. Saw some absolutely amazing goals. So the girls have got a lot to live up to. I've got to say, they've certainly set the bar. Can they raise it today? A few more of the Crystal Palace personnel make their way over towards the dugout on the far side of the ground. Round 4 is where the action really starts for the Super League 1 sides. The Super League 2 sides are in the third round, but the fourth round is where the big girls come in. Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, some really big teams. So a win today for Palace or United could set up a blockbuster tie against one of England's elite women's clubs. United could well be one of those clubs in the near future. They have Super League aspirations. That today focuses on the SSE Women's FA Cup, lifted by some of the biggest names in women's football. As much as Prosman could be in store as well for Coventry United. Well, in the last 24 hours, the city of Coventry has been gripped by FA Cup fever. The sky blue side of the city certainly caused one of the biggest shocks of the day yesterday by beating Stoke City by 2-1. It's now over to the red and green girls of Coventry United ladies to do the same. Live coverage of Crystal Palace versus Coventry United in the SSE Women's FA Cup. It's right here on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. This should be an absolute cracker. Let's get you straight into the starting lineups now, starting with the Eagles of Crystal Palace ladies. Number 1, Megan Lynch. 2, Pam McRoberts. Number 15, Megan Chandler. 4, Ellie Bales. 5, Rosie Pay. Number 6, Freya Holloway. 8, Kiara Sherwood. 10, Gemma Bryan. Number 11, Amy Green. 12, Nikita Winnett. And finally, number 16, Ellie Stanning. And on the bench for Crystal Palace ladies, number 7, Jade Davenport. 9, Rochelle Shakes. Number 3, Tia Foreman. 14, Lily Moore. and number 17 is Hannah Samuels. There's going to be a minute's silence before today's game, so we'll get into the team news a little bit later on. Minute signs impeccably observed by both Coventry United and by Crystal Palace. We're unsure as to why the minute silence was held, but we'll endeavour to let you know, and we'll be letting you know in a graphic in the highlights tonight. We weren't informed about the minute silence beforehand, but it was impeccably observed by both sets of fans and players. Right into the teams now for Coventry United ladies. Number 1, Sue Wood. Number 2, Jade Brooke. 3, Nikki Miles. 4, Laura Cooper. 5, Nat Haig. Number 6, Alex Book. 7, Keely Davis. Number 8, Helen Dermody. 9, Ali Hall. 10, Maz Gauntlet. And number 11, Amber Hughes. The bench for the Red and Green Girls. Number 12, Maisie Jerrim. 14, Elizabeth Steele. 15, Anna Wilcox. 16, Lucy Stead. And number 17, Jade Meller. Those are your starting lineups for today's SSE Women's FA Cup third round encounter here at Glebe FC between Coventry United ladies and Crystal Palace ladies. Both sides in the Women's Premier League Southern Division. The previous meeting between these two sides held at Bromley FC ended in a 0-0 draw. Coventry United holding off a very strong looking Crystal Palace side. A couple of departures from that side since. Palace not looking quite as dominant as they did at the start of the season. United were the first team to stop Palace from scoring and stop from winning as well. United will hope to be the bane of Crystal Palace's FA Cup dream today. As we said earlier, a win here could set up a massive tie away at one of the biggest teams in the country. Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea. Well, they're really big sides. Of course, the WSL 2 sides are in the competition now. The WSL 1 teams will arrive in the competition in round 4. I believe the draw will take place on Monday. So I'll let you know who Coventry United will get, if indeed they get through, on our Twitter channel, which is at Cov United TV. Make sure you follow us on there. And of course, hit the subscribe button for exclusive commentary and heart of every single Coventry United and Coventry United ladies match this season. Well, it will be Crystal Palace ladies to kick things off here at Glebe FC. Well, this is the sort of task that Coventry United fans didn't really want. A tough fixture, but it's a team in the same league as United. It would have been better for United to have this sort of difficulty in terms of fixture against one of the WSL 2 sides. This is the one that Coventry United have got. They've got to make do with it, and they've got to make the best of it. United usually do make the best out of these sort of situations. They absolutely thrashed West Ham in the last round. Can they put out another stunning performance against another London side? Well, we're about to find out. We are underway in the SSE Women's FA Cup third round match, Crystal Palace vs Coventry United, right here on CUTV with Liam Cookins. Crystal Palace on the ball, but not for long as Laura Cooper able to get stuck in and win it back for Coventry United, but United are able to keep possession. On ball from the back by Crystal Palace is Pam Roberts, and a foul on Amy Green by Coventry United hand only. That will be a free kick to Crystal Palace. A very low sun here towards our left hand side, making visibility a little bit difficult for the camera. It's a neat ball towards the left-hand side for Crystal Palace. Here's Rosie Pay. Towards that penalty area, knocked down. And an early effort, a goal, and it just bounces wide. That was Gemma Bryan. Certainly one of the more dangerous strikers in this division, with an early effort bouncing away towards Sue Wood's left. And Amy Green was to her right, trying to get onto the second ball. Sue Wood will take the goal kick. There it goes. It's not the best one, but it's not done by Jade Brook, but Crystal Palace immediately back on the ball. And lob forward for Gemma Bryan. She's offside. She was one-on-one with Sue Wood there. And that's a real shame for Gemma Bryan of Crystal Palace. That's in the opening minute. It is the Eagles in firm control. There's still 89 minutes to go. Miles. Here's Amber Hughes. And that's a good tackle, well made there by Kiara Sherwood, blasting it into the next field for a throw-in for Coventry United ladies, just inside their own half. Miles playing at left back today, in the absence of Katie Sorensen. Here's Nat Haig, the former Yeovil Town captain, across to Jade Brook, playing at full back today. Dribbles it beautiful towards that right hand side, and slide by the Crystal Palace player. I believe that was Pay getting stuck in, win the ball back for Crystal Palace ladies, and it will be a throw on this near side to the Coventry United ladies, taken by Jade Brook over the head of Ali Hall, and back to the goalkeeper. Back pass by the number 6 Megan Chandler, so that's Freya Holloway I should say. And here's Holloway again. That's not the best of passes by the Crystal Palace defender, and Gauntlet tries one, and it's well caught by the Crystal Palace goalkeeper Megan Lynch. Gauntlet scored a spectacular goal in the previous round against West Ham United, one of several remarkable efforts that we saw on that day. And she tried to look from long range, and you've got to try from that sort of distance. If you don't try, you don't score. Dermody in a sea of blue and red. It's up line and it's hooked out of play by Pam Roberts, stopping a potential breakdown left hand side by Amber Hughes. So it remains 0-0 between Crystal Palace and Coventry United in the Women's FA Cup third round. Hughes tries to send Key Davis on her way. Davis brings it down. Brooke, Davis wants it again. Once again, dribbling there by Jade Brook, and will try one from long range, and that was a whisker wide. And once again, Coventry United going for the spectacular. We've seen them do it. We know they can do it. And Megan Lynch was mighty relieved to see that ball whistle past the woodwork. I was saying that Crystal Palace had the better of the early going. United are certainly coming into it now. Not the best of kicks by Lynch, and despite the best efforts of Palace's number 12, Nikita Winnett, she couldn't keep that ball in, and it will be a red and green's throw on this near side, deep into Palace territory. Brooke, up line to Ali Hall, being held there by the number 5 Rosie Pay, and hacked down by the defender, but the referee says it's just a corner. Pay getting her boot to the ball and taking it out of play. A strong red and green contingent here at Glebe FC, supporting the red and green girls in the FA Cup. The Palace fans representing their team very well as well. Cooper will take the corner from this near side, who's in there to get it. It's Maz Gauntlet with a scuffed shot. The corner trying their best to win it back from Amy Green. Brooke. Charge down, it's come back to Jade Brooke. Sandwich between the two Crystal Palace players. Free kick Coventry United as Amy Green and Rosie Pay both try in vain to stop Brooke legally. And there will be a set piece with the Red and Greens, and you don't need me to tell you who's going to take it. Helen Dermody, the set piece wizard of the Red and Green girls. You've seen her do some very, very special things with that ball. And if I win it, it's a penalty. I don't think it was in the box, but it is indeed going to be a penalty. Helen Dermody to take. So Helen Dermody will place the ball on the penalty spot. After Jade Brooke was hacked down by a combination of two past defenders, and that gives Coventry United an early lead. Helen Dermody rarely lets her side down when it comes to penalties. And 5 minutes in at Glebe FC, Coventry United lead by 1-0 thanks to Helen Dermody's penalty. I wasn't sure whether that was a free kick or a penalty for a while. It's quite difficult to see with the low sun, but it wasn't a penalty given to Coventry United ladies, and Helen Dermody has put that one away. So United lead by 1-0.
Come on, United!
Davis in the midfield, Helen Dermody. Brooke gets there ahead of Winnett, but picked up by Pay, volleyed past down the left wing, and that's not going to cause United any sort of trouble, and it will be a United throw. Jade Brooke will take it, just in front of the CUTV camera. And it's gone over Davis and over Pay, picked up by Freya Holloway. Rather scuffed kick by Lynch, got it on by the defender, and picked up on the right flank. I think that's Chandler. In fact, no, it's Lily Maple. Maple's actually been called into the starting line, it looks like. We heard that there was some absentees due to traffic issues. Brian coming in from the right-hand side, looking to get past level, and stopped by a great challenge by Nat Haig. Amber Hughes caught by the Pirates midfielder. Free kick halfway into United territory towards the left-hand side. Pirates fans singing behind their goal. The Eagles are behind. Launched on that left-hand side. Hall. Feels she's being held there. It's only a corner. United making a strong start at some early Pirates pressure. Rather breezy, chilly winter's afternoon in London. So Helen Dermody is going to take the corner kick from the left wing. Several options at the far post, Hughes at the near post as well. Dermody's livery is not perfect, but done up by Ali Hall. Davis tries to keep it alive for Cooper, who already ran past it. Nikki Miles sliding in. But in fact, United have won it back legally. No foul says the referee. Keely Davis tripped. Once again, no foul given, but the Pirates player has stayed down. The Pirates player has stayed down. Despite her side attacking, she's continued to stay down, so it doesn't look like it's particularly good news for Crystal Palace. Jim O'Brien cuts in towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. Fantastic run by Brian across the face of goal. It's flicked up, and a shot charged down by Nikki Miles, and Miles was caught. And that's a free kick to Coventry United, and Miles is staying down now. Well, the injured player for Crystal Palace has got up to her feet. The goalkeeper, Megan Lynch, furious at the official for not stopping play when it appears that her teammate was injured. Luckily, she's back on the field now. And the referee is calling over a Palace player. And we could be about to see the first yellow card of the match for Kiara Holloway, and it is indeed a yellow card within the first 10 minutes for Holloway. And players having a little huddle at the minute, trying to gather their thoughts and to get themselves back on the same page after a shocking penalty. So Sue Wood will take the goal kick for the Red and Green girls. And a chance of, you don't know what you're doing, while the Crystal Palace fans behind Sue Wood's goal. Free kick by Sue Wood, launched towards that left hand side, flicked on by Amber Hughes, and she'll get to the rebound more. She knows, launched clear by Rosie Pay. Holloway now for Crystal Palace, tries the through ball down the left hand side for Brian, picked out by Jade Brooke. Brooke up line towards Keely Davis, and it's blocked by the heel of Pay. Brian, closed down by Jade Brooke, and that's going to play for a Crystal Palace throw.
Go United!
Pay will take it. Looking for an option, the Crystal Palace defender. Hoofs it up line, it's nodded on by Ellie Davis, but to no avail. Clearance made, and as the defender Pembroke Ross gets the ball, tries to clear a line to Palace, it's charged down. Lydia Moore making her Palace debut. Towards team number 15, Megan Chandler. United player slides in, takes out a play for a throw-in off the Palace defender, so United have the throw on the left flank. Biles gets the ball back, finds Dermody in space. Tries to find Ali Hall, it's too far for Hall, but it may be just right for Amber Hughes. Well, it's not, she can't reach it, but United do have the throw with Megan Chandler taking no chances, putting it out of play for the throw. And she may have been able to block the United player from the ball and let it go out for a goal kick, but again, taking no risks. Hughes is being held there, but referee says no. As it's crossing out comes the goalkeeper Megan Lynch, sliding onto that ball and just making sure that one isn't going back to Coventry United anytime soon. Amber Hughes switches the play nicely to Keely Davis to give chase. Holloway's right behind her. She's kept it in. It's Winnett on the ball. It's a poor pass by Winnett, picked up by Alex Buck. Brooke up line. The clearance from the Crystal Palace defender only as far as Keely Davis. Tried to put it through for Ali Hall, but she was offside. And it's back with the goalkeeper Megan Lynch now. And a poor clearance from Lynch onto the head of Davis, couldn't control it, and it's volleyed away by Pay. Batters all clear for the Coventry United defence. Brian caught there by Nat Haig, didn't get the ball, referee says no foul. And the clearance made. So thrown on the right flank for Crystal Palace, poor control though. And United get the ball back, Amber Hughes, but it's met in the air by McRoberts, and a free kick for a high boot against Amber Hughes. Crystal Palace free kick. That sun is blinding behind Sue Wood's goal. Pam McRoberts to take the free kick, trying to get Palace back on an even keel. Roberts into the box and a simple catch for Sue Wood. Symbols just can't do anything today. Blasts it clear, Sue Wood. Might drop for Masgorn a little bit, volleyed away. The clearance as far as Jade Brooke for Coventry United, hooks it forward. Davis gives chase, but Pay will return the ball to Megan Lynch between the sticks for Crystal Palace. Not the best of clearances though by Lynch, it's nodded on by Jade Brooke. Hall can't touch it, she's offside. And a flying for Coventry United, a hasty first time volley clearance by Freya Holloway. Goes out of play on the near side, halfway into Palace territory. Right hand side throw for Coventry United. Hall. Heavy first touch, it's picked up by Winnett. Cleared by Pay, and there's Nat Haig, tries to find Alex Buck, and Buck has got there eventually. Clearance up line to Keely Davis. Handball claims, referee agrees. There was a little bit of a push in the back by Pay, referee ignoring it. But despite what some Premier League referees will tell you, there is allowed to be contact in football. Contact doesn't automatically mean a foul. Buck, headed clearance, and the shot charged down. Niles gets stuck in and wins the ball back from Maple. And it will be a throw-in right in the corner of Crystal Palace on the right flank. Amber Hughes having to make the interception and clear it after poor control by Ellie Bales. Bales again. Plays a 1-2 with Muck Roberts. Darts down that right hand side, crossing opportunity for Bales. Bryant in the centre, but it's easily picked up by Nat Haig, who was unchallenged. And United will clear their lines, but Amber Hughes caught from behind by Muck Roberts, won back by Crystal Palace.
Come on, girls!
Palace asking for a free kick. It was actually an advantage as Ali Hall slid in and tripped the captain Holloway. It was a poor pass, and United had the ball back now, but that's not the best of pass from the back line either towards Ali Hall. Lynch clears and Gordon misses the ball. But the long range pass from the back by, I believe that was Ellie Bales, goes straight to Sue Wood between the sticks of Coventry United. So 15 minutes gone at Glebe FC. It remains Crystal Palace 0, Coventry United 1 in the SSE Women's FA Cup third round. Penalty from Helen Dermody, giving the Red and Greens an advantage so far. Pay, a lightweight clearance, met in the air by Cooper. United can't seem to clear lines at the minute. It was nodded on by Kiara Sherwood. The Red and Greens back line now to clear the danger for now. But Roberts with the interception. Chandler. Looking for Brian with a long range pass, met in the air by Nat Haig. Now it's picked up by Maple. Miles intercepts and finds Haig, deflected pass, and once again the passing's not been great so far, I've got to say. A slide by Amber Hughes wins the ball back for Coventry United. Davis in a bit of space for Coventry United ladies, racing down that right hand side. She's got Pay for company, can she make her way past the Crystal Palace defender? She's forced back and finds Jade Brooke, who's been a real thorn in the side for Crystal Palace so far, and another long range attempt she had one in the second minute. It's virtually the same result, close but not close enough. Well, the goal kick from Megan Lynch is going to be taken again.
Go on, United!
Oh, come on, United. Good on, United.
There's the unmistakable Brummy tones of Mr. Nigel Ward, who's joined us here at Glebe FC.
Turn up, mate.
Turn up late.
Well, in fact, I wasn't there early, but I went to the wrong place. Come on!
It's Palace on the move. Down the left hand side. Win it. Tries to cut in. There's a neat cross towards Brian, and if Miles doesn't get ahead to that one, it would have been a real opportunity for Brian to attack the net. That sun's not doing any good for the CUTV camera. We can barely see what's happening over that goal. Muck Roberts' throw. Bales. Back to Muck Roberts. Back to Bales. Bit of space to work with. Cross charge down by Nikki Miles. And Goddard trying to find her way past the Palace midfielder. She's got a throw out of it. Stellings, I believe that was, putting the ball out of play. No, that was Kiara Sherwood who made the block. So it will be a United throw. It's in the air by Maple. You have to make the interception. Dermody. Oh, that's a poor first touch in Payo to intercept. Brooke gets stuck in from behind on Winnett and clears the ball for the time being. But Pay sends it back where it came from, straight to the chest of Alex Buck. Once again, Pay there to pick up the pieces. Winnett puts out a play for a Coventry United throw on this near side. That's from seeing the first meeting in the league between these two sides. Winnett is certainly a danger player, as is Brian. United at the moment with the advantage thanks to that Helen Dermody penalty. 20 minutes gone, it remains 1-0 Coventry United. Ball bounces into Ren Green's territory, a heavy back pass to Sue Wood. Clearance made by Wood, but Winnett tries to get there. It's Key Davis should say, gets to the ball first. Here's Helen Dermody, and the through ball turned down the right hand side for Hall, intercepted by Pay, but now it's Jade Brooke. Down the right flank. Can't find only Hall. Hall's better been brought into the game so far, but it's put out a play on this near side by Freya Holloway, the Eagles captain. Oh, Jade Brooke will take the throw. Halfway into Eagles territory in the brief discussion at the minute between the referee and Nikki Miles. I'm not sure what the issue is. In fact, I think it may be Sue Wood that's got an issue as well. Miles has run over towards the dugout. So 2 United players receiving some assistance from the coaching staff. And it looks like Wood may actually have a cut above her eye. I'm not sure how. She's barely been in the game so far. She doesn't have to make a save. That's rather strange, I've got to say. Nicky Miles having a bit of magic spray on the leg. So Wood's going to stay on the pitch. Mars has gone off briefly. United getting some subs ready if they are indeed needed. Remember, United don't have a substitute goalkeeper, so if Seward does go off, it's going to be it's not going to be great for United. But I believe Anna Wilcox has taken a few goalkeeping activities in training. That's a poor throw in for Coventry United, straight out of play for a goal kick. They do lead by 1-0 thanks to Helen Dermody's penalty in the 5th minute.
Come on, United!
Oh, the goalkeeper is asking for some options here. Eventually cleared by Lynch. And she's found an option with Bales. And so they'll play for a throw just in front of the CUTV camera. It's going to be Brooke again to take it. Brooke's throw. And it's met in the air by Pay. Bales beaten in the air by Dermody. It's kept in by Jade Brooke emphatically. It may need some of Ali Hall, and now out comes Lynch, catches the ball. And that's the end of that chapter. Not the best of balls by Chandler towards Maple on the right hand side. That'll play right on the halfway line for a United throw. And the throw in sent right back where it came from by Kiara Sherwood. And play for another throw, a couple of yards further up line this time. Miles to Dermody, back to Miles. Lofted pass, and that's not going to go to a Coventry United player, I believe. And, well, wait a minute, Amber Hughes may well get to it. And no, she was just held off by Megan Chandler. A fair play to Amber Hughes. We're trying, a lot of players would have left that ball. She gave it a good go. Lynch clears. Dermody nodded on. She's taking a tumble. Outside's Ali Hall. That's a free kick. Both Dermody and Hall forced down from behind. It's Hall that's got the free kick. There's a few Eagles fans behind Sue Wood's goal making some noise. Haven't heard anything from the United fans yet.
Go on, United!
There you go. Amber Hughes will take the free kick. So it's Laura Cooper, I should say. It's launched over the crossbar. I'll tell you what, this sun is doing my head in. It's getting right in my eyes. I can barely see anything in a minute. A free kick by Laura Cooper sent straight over the crossbar into the catch fencing behind the goal. Lynch's kick, done on by Winnett. Intercepted by Maz Gauntlet for Coventry United. First time pass by Jade Brook, nodded on by Ali Hall. Davis is there to pick up the pieces. Davis into a more central position. Gauntlet's in support, finds Maz Gauntlet. Tries the through ball to Amber Hughes. A stumble from Hughes and McRoberts able to block off Nikki Miles before she can get there. And the throw by Megan Lynch, blocked by Nikki Miles. There was nothing that Miles could do about that. She was running back to back to the defence, and the referee's going to book Miles. I've got to say, I think that's a bit daft. Miles was clearly trying to run back to the fence to help out with the potential counter attack, and the goalkeeper's gone down on their head. It looked to me as if she just threw the ball. It was blocked by Miles. Well, to be fair, in all honesty, you know me, guys, I try and cut it down the middle as much as I can. I think the referee's been duped there. Miles was running away from the goalkeeper towards the defence to get back into position. The goalkeeper threw the ball at her. Has now gone down on the head. And Miles has been booked for it. I mean, how does that work? We caught it down the middle here on CUTV, and in all honesty, referee has been completely duped there.
Well done, girls. Come on.
Oh, and a nasty slide. A nasty slide indeed from the Crystal Palace midfielder on Amber Hughes. Well, the Crystal Palace ones on the goal don't agree with it. It was clearly a foul. She slid and didn't get any of the ball. If she made contact with the player, she could have done some serious damage there. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Maple on her debut to go in the book. It's a yellow card for Maple. It's challenges like that can break players' legs. And on her Eagles debut, Maple is the second Palace player in the book. 3 yellow cards so far. Germany's free kick, met in the air by Holloway. Poor touch by Bales, picked up by Keely Davis. Brooks on the right hand side, waiting for the ball. Brook blocked off by Pay, and a throw in Coventry United. Well, Brook wanted the through ball rather than the standard pass, but they're going to try and make this throw in work. Here's Ali Hall, who's barely been in the game so far. She's been marked out of the fixture. She's got the ball in the corner, tries to win the corner. She's won a throw instead.
Like animals, wallet.
Brooks throw to the feet of Ali Hall. Cross charge down. That's a corner of Coventry United. Rosie Payne making the block. And Helen Dermody, the set piece specialist, going over to take the corner kick to the goalkeeper's left. So United's right. Well, one Coventry side made the headlines yesterday with a massive cup shock. Again, this wouldn't be as big as a cup shock, but it would be a surprise as Palace are the home team. They're higher in the league. So cup success could be about to strike for the second time for Coventry. Corner nodded clear by Pay over the head of Laura Cooper. And volley clear, and it may be Crystal Palace now on the attack, but Nat Haig puts a stop to that for a brief moment. Now it's Maple down the right flank for Brian to give chase, and the former Yeovil captain Nat Haig will take that ball under her care and clear the danger. Miles, that's a rather wayward ball, drifts over the touchline on the far side for a throw in the Crystal Palace. Miles heads it out of play for another throw-in. That sun cannot set soon enough. I tell you what, I can't see anything towards that goal. Chandler. Straight to the head of Nat Haig on the edge of the penalty area. The move's not over for Crystal Palace. And a good slide by that was Laura Cooper getting stuck in, winning it back for Coventry United. The move continues for Palace. And Dermody sliding in. She didn't make contact with the ball. She didn't have to put pay off.
Come on!
Brooks throw. In the air by Pays. That flicked off the arm of the number 11. Referee says no. Chested down by Hall, but flicked away by the pass midfielder. Haig controls and volleys clear towards Amber Hughes. I don't think Hughes will get there, and Roberts let them play on the far side for a throw across the pass on their right hand side. So half an hour played at Glebe FC. And it remains Crystal Palace Ladies 0, Coventry United Ladies 1. A throw is given to Coventry United. Cooper battling for the ball with Amy Green, and a throw-in just in front of Jay Bradford's dugout. And the referee's now having a word with Winnett, the Palace number 12, who's now swapped wings with Lily Maple. Winnett now on the right, Maple on the left. Miles, the left back for Coventry United, has stretched too far that Ali Hall, tries to keep it under control. It's going to play for a throw-in deep into Palace's half. Winnett tries to flick it beyond Nikki Miles. Miles makes the block, but is at the expense of a throw-in. Slow but steady progress for the Eagles so far. They came racing out of the blocks the first 2 minutes. They commanded the game and could have had a couple of opportunities at goal. But after that Helen Dermody penalty, United seemed to be on top. Miles' throw. Cleared easily by Sherwood, but United will forward ball their own. Once again, Palace able to pick up the pieces. Holloway plays it back to Lynch. Takes a touch, and Ali Hall doesn't put her under too much pressure. The goal kick intercepted by Laura Cooper. Hughes is being held by McRoberts. McRoberts has to get her foot in the way, and make the clearance only as far as Miles, and Miles will put it down the left flank for Amber Hughes to give chase. Tries to stab it into the area, and it's blocked up by a Palace leg. The job is finished up by Chandler, who was caught by Ali Hall. Bounces towards that right flank. Jay Bradford says it's gone out of play. Referee says no. And Winnett will continue the attack for Crystal Palace. United may well complain if they concede here. It's Winnett's cross, who's at the far post, and it was in onto her own crossbar by Jade Brooke. Brooks had a brilliant game so far, but she nearly, very nearly stabbed her own team in the back there, nodded it onto the crossbar, an inch or two low. That may have bounced onto, maybe over the line perhaps, but luckily for Brooke, it didn't go in. To be fair, she had to do something as Maple lurked menacingly at the far post. But that was a very dangerous situation for the Red and Greens.
Go on, United!
And the corner causes no issues for the Red and Greens. Not the near post by Nikki Miles. McRoberts gets the ball back down the right flank, crossing opportunity. Number 11 slides the cross in, but it's blocked by Miles, and the left back will come away with the ball. And the slide by the Palace midfielder stops the potential counter, but it will be a throw into Coventry United. Well, unlike the male FA Cup, if it is a draw today here at Glebe FC, it will be extra time and penalties, not a replay. So if it does end up being a draw, we'll make sure that we'll bring you the highlights, so the extra time period and the penalties if needed. So we'll be here until the very final whistle here at CUTV, and Megan Lynch fires that one into the next field, making sure that ball isn't coming back, and I dare say the Red and Green girls don't fancy going to get that ball, so we're going to need a new one. So as we've said, the game, if it's a draw, we'll go to extra time and penalties. We'll be here for the added 30 minutes and penalties if needed here on CUTV, but hopefully we won't need that. Should be a Coventry United win. And Davis took out by the number 6 Freya Holloway. That will be a corner kick to Coventry United. Got about 10 minutes to go until half time. I'm taking a short break here on CUTV to swap over the batteries on the laptop to ensure we bring in the second half of this match in its entirety. So live stream after the break. howling wind blows around Glebe FC. How will that affect the incoming corner from Helen Derby towards that far post, nodded down by the Palace defender, but Maz Gordon picks up the pieces. Cooper, simple catch for Megan Lynch. Volleyed clear, Winnett will give chase, and Winnett should get onto that once he has. Brings it under control. Down line to McRoberts, so it's taking a touch of Amber Hughes. It will be a throw into Palace. For up line. Opportunity to get the ball into the penalty area for Crystal Palace. Bryan brings it down, Gemma Bryan, and diving low to her left is Sue Wood to deny Gemma Bryan an equalising goal. Launch clear by Wood. Miles down the left flank. Hughes won't get there, Chandler will. Plays it all the way back to Lynch. Lynch slips as she makes the clearance, and Roberts can't control the ball on the right flank, so it will be a United throw. Around 15 yards inside Palace's lines. Line to Gauntlet, and did that ball even go in? Well, the referee has said it did. Didn't find a United player, didn't find anyone in fact. It looked like to me it didn't even go across the right line. It was a poor throw from Miles, but the referee's given a throw to United. Met in the air by Maz Gauntlet to the red and greens. Bryan to Winnett. Gemma Bryan. The ball down the right hand side blocked, but Palace still on the ball. Chance at the shot, but here Davis makes the interception. Front of the penalty area before Palace can do anything with it. Davis taken out. Referee says no foul. Referee says that the Palace player got the ball, so it didn't look like it. Bryan continues the attack for Coventry United. Sorry, for Crystal Palace, I should say. Bounced over the head of Winnett at the far post, but Davis has stayed down. It didn't look like the Palace player got the ball. That was a poor decision by the referee, and Davis has stayed down. And the physio is called over immediately. Davis missed over a month of the season with injury. And this would be a real blow for the United youngster. So United lead by 1-0 at the moment, thanks to a Helen Dermody penalty. And a slide from behind by the Paris player on Davis. Clearly took out Davis. Referee said the player got the ball. It didn't look like to me that the player did get the ball. Won't be the first time the referee has made a controversial decision today. Hopefully Davis will be able to continue. It's not looking brilliant at the moment. United do, of course, have some options on the bench. So if indeed Davis is forced to go off, Maisie Jerome, Elizabeth Steele, Anna Wilcox, Lucy Stead and Jade Meller are the options from the bench. The referee is having a discussion with the United and Palace players. I'm not sure what the problem is with Davis, but of course we hope that she's able to continue. The United player remains on the floor. United fans next was clearly the decision by the referee not to award the free kick was wrong. It was certainly controversial. And United manager Jay Bradford comes over to check on the player's condition. Well, no players are being asked to get ready yet. And there is going to be a brief stoppage in play.
get up now.
Davis remains on the ground at the moment. It's increasingly likely that Davis won't be able to continue. Let's try and get some scores from the other games happening around the country if we can. There's a few FA Cup fixtures happening today. I believe that Leeds, last time we saw, were winning against Newport, so I believe that game's finished now, so we're checking the final score for you now. In fact, no, Leeds have actually been dumped out. Newport have actually come back and beaten Leeds. So, yeah, the final score, Newport 2, Leeds 1. So, Berardi giving Leeds the lead after the 9 minutes, but then an own goal by Shaughnessy. And then Mikulski in the 89th minute, giving Newport a 2-1 win, with Size Alonso also sent off in the 91st minute for Leeds United. And it's half time at the New Meadow. It's at Shrewsbury 0, West Ham 0 in the FA Cup, and Davis is still receiving treatment, and the United coaches are bringing coats over to keep Davis warm. When Davis went down, we had about 5 minutes to go until half time. There will, of course, be a lengthy amount of added time. It's around 5 minutes to go until the break in the SSC Women's FA Cup third round match. It's currently Crystal Palace Ladies 0, Coventry United Ladies 1. And apart from some long-range efforts from Coventry United and that penalty, of course, from Helen Dermody, there's not really been a lot in terms of goal mouth action. There may have been up the Palace end, but in all honesty, I can't really see because the sun is blinding behind that goal. Well, just tuning in here on CUTV, there's been a stoppage in play. Coventry United player Keith Davis has been taken out from behind by one of the Palace players. Went down quite violently. We're not sure what the issue is, but there is a stoppage in play at the moment. We're not sure when the game's going to get underway again, but it's not looking too good at the minute. In fact, the players are actually leaving the field. I'm not sure whether the referee's actually called for half-time or whether it's just going to be a postponement for now. It's for the minute. It looks like we're not going to get any action here on CUTV, so we're going to go off there until the game restarts again as the players leave the pitch. I'm not entirely sure whether it's just a postponement or half-time. We'll have a word with the referee shortly and find out what the issue is. But for now, the score is Crystal Palace 0, Coventry United 1. CUTV signing off for a brief moment whilst we ascertain what's happened. So join us again in a few minutes.